से मिलते हैं, कंधे कदमों से कदम मिलते हैं, हम चलते हैं जब ऐसे तो दिल दुश्मन के हिलते हैं.
Courage and fortitude. That is the motto of the Siachen Battle School, an institution that for the last 26 years has taken the responsibility of training the men of the Indian Army to survive here, the Siachen Glacier, where the environmental conditions are so extreme that the smallest mistake can make the difference between life and death.
Every commander taking his troops for a mission out there on the glacier will come here, present a report to OP Baba, take his blessings and then proceed.
जय श्रीमान, एक अफसर, एक जैसियो, तेरा रैंक ग्लेशियर मार्च की अनुमति जाते हैं. जय श्रीमान. जय श्रीमान. एक फील्ड कमांडर, एक ऑफिसर, एक जैसियो, 15 जवान बेस कैंप से कैंप तक लिंक जाने की अनुमति चाहता हूँ. रक्षा करें श्रीमान.
So strong is the faith in OP Baba that all troops pledged to give up consumption of tobacco and alcohol during their time on the glacier.
The belief in OP Baba is so great that shrines in honor of OP Baba have come up on every post along the glacier. In the true secular traditions of the Indian Army, this shrine is a Sarv Dharm Sthal. That means all religions are represented over here.
It all begins with prayer.
OP Baba ki jai.
We're going to be climbing an ice wall, which we haven't tried, which is quite dangerous. So blessings would be good.
OP Baba ki jai. At the end of their 3-week training, these men know all there is to know about icecraft and survival up there on the glacier.
तो आप अब निकलने लगे हैं अपने पोस्ट पे जाने के लिए.
सर,
तो आप में अभी क्या इमोशन है?
हमारा मोरल हाई है. एक्लेमेटेशन करके जा रहे हैं ऊपर.
अच्छा.
इससे पहले हमारे जो बंदे हैं वो जा चुके हैं. उनसे अच्छी रिपोर्टें मिलती हैं हमें.
ऊपर जाते हुए सर खुशी हो रही है क्योंकि ऐसा मौका सर्विस में बार बार नहीं आता है. ये एक दम वाला इलाका है जिसमें कि टफ होना जरूरी है और ये ट्रेनिंग करने के बाद आगे का इलाका बिल्कुल आसान लगता है हमें.
Wonderful to note that the level of confidence and the morale in all these men who are off to do probably one of the most difficult tasks in the world, and it's really high and they're confident that they can do it thanks to their training.
Lieutenant Vikram, I'm sorry to do this to you, but how old are you?
I'm 26 years old.
26 years old. This is a big responsibility to take these men out into this really, really harsh terrain. How are you feeling? What's going through your head right now?
Definitely gives a sense of pride because it's one of the most toughest terrains all over the world, and when very few people in the army even get to come here.
The glacier is a world of ice, freezing winds and very, very harsh terrain. And to be able to negotiate it at all times, you need very specialized equipment.
I would like to know how we're going to use our name tags which we have here and all trainees do.
When you fall into a crevasse and scream and I look over to save you, show me your name tag and I'll say, "Hey, Mayor, I'm here to save you now." But this is very serious business indeed, and icecraft is a bare essential.
They have to climb vertical walls of ice. They have to negotiate huge chasms or crevasses in the ice. And sometimes, if somebody gets hurt, they have to effect rescues.
They carry loads on their back and walk for many kilometers. Remember, this glacier is over 50 kilometers long and many kilometers wide. So you're living in constant ice. There is no point at which you can sit down and have a picnic.
This icecraft training area of the Siachen Battle School is situated at the end, or what is called the snout of the glacier. And before we try a hand on that, we need few more pointers.
Hi, sir.
Welcome to the Siachen Battle School training area.
Thanks, sir. How important is icecraft on the glacier?
Actually, here we train all the students on the icecraft training, which includes the 2-point technique, 3-point technique, 4-point technique. Apart from the techniques, we also train them in the crevasse rescue drills, ladder launching, ladder crossing, etc.
When you say ladder launching,
yes,
you will put a ladder against this and climb up?
No, it is for crevasse.
Crevasse is just a hole in the ground, like you can see it when you're walking and go around it?
Actually, when the glacier moves,
right,
it gets cracked. These are the crevasses.
Right.
And their depth is up to 100 to 200 and 300.
And how wide can they be?
We have Northern Glacier, we have 300 feet crevasses also.
300 feet wide?
Yeah, exactly.
But there's no ladder that's...
We have combined 15 to 20 ladders. You can cross by sitting position.
So you're crossing something that's 300 feet deep.
Yes.
100 and plus something feet across.
Yeah, we are
and it's bending.
This is the day routine of the Indian Army individuals who are crossing over it.
And it's swaying.
Yes, it is swaying.
And at any point of time, the ice can always move. I mean, there's a possibility.
Yeah, definitely.
It's safe to say that this training is critical. This is what's going to help people survive when they are out those forward
Definitely,
posts.
I must say this is the backbone of the Siachen Brigade.
Is it just like smallish ice walls like this, or?
No. We have more than 300 to 400 feet long ice walls.
And you have to climb up them.
And definitely, we have 4 techniques to cross it.
And all this at altitudes where there is less than half the oxygen that you would normally find.
Definitely.
And at temperatures below -50 sometimes.
Yeah.
Am I the only one that finds it amazing that our army can operate at these sort of conditions and still undertake successful missions?
No, I think we all agree with you.
So can we try our hand at this?
Definitely, most welcome, Rocky and Mayur. Come and see the ice wall and do all the techniques.
अब तो हमें आगे बढ़ते हैं रहना, अब तो हमें साथी है बस इतना ही कहना.
This is approximately 45 to 65 degree wall. First you will apply your free hand, then the I6, then use your fillers and climb up. Just maintain your rhythm, Rocky. Apply your free hand. Now I6. Now use your fillers and go up. Take a push-up. Good.
This ice is impossible to get purchase on. It's very, very slippery and I can see at least a foot into it. Secondly, it's very, very hard. It's important to keep your balance.
Yes.
Now I'm already panicking just about 10 feet off the ground. All my weight is supported on my calves. And this wall, which is about 40, 50 feet high, is pretty much impossible for someone at my fitness level. Just these 6 or 7 steps, I can tell you, this is not an easy job. Hats off to these men who do it day after day.
Now see, Mayur, this wall is totally different. This wall is approximately 90 degree to you.
Right.
Here we are going to use the 4-point technique. In this kind of technique, the most important thing, you will be belayed for your support and safety reasons.
Keep your eyes on those 2 poor men. So don't be surprised if I come down and they go up.
Very good. Use your fillers. Yeah, pull your body. Just apply your body against the wall.
Oh my God. My calves are on fire.
Just Mayur, maintain your rhythm because rhythm is more important than your muscle power here.
And here, at 12,000 feet, with not that cold a temperature, this is so hard. Imagine what all our soldiers have to go through when they have to climb huge lengths at 20,000 feet with almost no oxygen and extreme cold, sometimes -50. I have nothing but respect for all these men. Can I come down now?
So how did you feel it?
Safe. I feel safe.
कंधों से मिलते हैं कंधे, कदमों से कदम मिलते हैं, हम चलते हैं जब ऐसे तो दिल दुश्मन के हिलते हैं.
The 3-week course at the Siachen Battle School is spread across 3 locations of increasing difficulty. The first being the easiest, the second being the vertical and angled ice walls that you saw Rocky and I on, and the third
Is this one over here. Very, very tough. It has a complete overhang, so they actually have to climb backwards and then get on top and almost vertically go up ahead. They're coming from their training right now.
only if they clear this do they have a chance of surviving out there where the conditions are much harder.
अब जो भी हो शोला बन के पत्थर है पिघलाना, अब जो भी हो बादल बन के पर्वत पर है छाना.
कंधों से मिलते हैं कंधे, कदमों से कदम मिलते हैं, हम चलते हैं जब ऐसे तो दिल दुश्मन के हिलते हैं.
We're with the officer commanding of the Siachen Battle School. Sir, thank you so much.
Welcome to my office here.
This is the office?
Yeah.
Sir, how can I apply for your job?
So where exactly are we standing right now?
This place is called Training Observation Point or TOP, from where I can observe all the activities, training activities going on. And the glacier is right in front of you. This is the terminating point of the glacier, which is called Snout.
So currently, sir, we are standing on Siachen.
Yes.
Well done, sir.
Well done.
Good job. So what if we didn't clear school? At least we made it to the Siachen Glacier. What is the Siachen Battle School all about?
Siachen Battle School was established in 1988 to conduct pre-induction training to all the Siachen soldiers being inducted into the glacier. We impart 3 weeks of pre-induction training to the troops. We teach them how to negotiate the difficulties in the glacier. This training gives a lot of confidence to them.
Are there any harder conditions that human beings can pretty much face on the planet apart from what they go through over here?
No, I don't think so, because these are unlivable conditions.
Right.
The temperature is always -20, -30 degrees. At every 10 feet there is a crevasse.
So suddenly the earth can open up and swallow you.
Yes,
So currently from here till all the way there is the glacier.
yes. And the soil top which you see on top of the glacier is called moraine.
Right.
So this moraine is basically is not very deep.
Right. So this is just loose soil and dirt on top.
Soil and dirt which gets
Oh, wow.
accumulated because,
And now there's ice.
yes,
Take a look at this. So right now we're standing on a mountain of ice basically with about half an inch of dirt on it.
and this moraine basically slows down the process of melting of glacier. So in a way it's helpful.
So how much time would it take for a soldier to get up to his base?
10 to 15 days or a month, because they have to walk up to their post.
That's walking through the glacier in
Yes.
ice for 10 or 15 days.
Because
And carrying all their stuff.
carrying all their stuff. The main reason to take them walking is because en route they get acclimatized. If we take them by air, there is every possible chance of some kind of effects, high altitude effects like HAPO, high altitude pulmonary edema, or high altitude cerebral edema, which is very common here.
And these can be life-threatening unless they are treated.
They are life threatening.
Some of the forward posts that the members of the Indian Army operate at on the Siachen Glacier are above 20,000 feet. There's hardly any oxygen. It's really freezing cold, down to minus 73 degrees. And if things go wrong, rescue is not that easy.
To give us an insight of what can go wrong at these altitudes and these freezing temperatures is Captain Devashish Das. So, Captain, I believe the real challenge for all the men on the glacier is the environment and the altitude. Is that right?
Yes, because of high altitude, actually partial pressure of oxygen and oxygen concentration itself is low. So we are inhaling very less amount of oxygen. So we are having oxygen related problems like HAPO, HACO. HAPO is high altitude pulmonary edema and high altitude cerebral edema for HACO.
Now, just that terminology sounds scary enough, but what exactly are these things?
High altitude pulmonary edema is basically water in the lungs.
Okay.
You don't acclimatize properly, then body is not ready for low atmospheric pressure, low oxygen level. At that time, water fills into the lungs. Patient comes with breathlessness. He will be having blood in the sputum and other things.
Can this be a life-threatening problem?
Yeah, for which we use this HAPO bag. Best treatment is to decrease the altitude. If it is not possible immediately because of climatic condition, heli evacuation is not possible.
Right.
You can put him there. You can give also oxygen cylinders inside, and he will survive as long as you put him there.
What about HACO, high altitude cerebral edema?
Edema means water.
Yeah.
Water in the brain. It's also life-threatening condition. If you don't properly acclimatize, this can also happen.
When you say acclimatization, you basically mean slowly letting your body get used to
it.
That altitude.
If you acclimatize properly, body develops extra blood vessels, extra alveoli.
But bottom line, if somebody gets HAPO or HACO, they must be brought down as soon as possible and then they will be fine.
Yeah. For first 2 days at 9,000 feet, you don't do anything. You just lie down or small brisk work, small walks.
Why didn't somebody tell us that before? We were brought to 9,000 feet and made to work.
I want to volunteer for this commission. I will acclimatize myself to up to 20,000 feet.
What altitude do we get to where we can lie down and do nothing for 2 weeks?
2 weeks.
No altitude.
No.
We've tried. Anything about the diet that is special? Because we eat a lot of food.
Yeah.
But since we've come here, we've been eating just enough for 2 people.
It's
which
very
is shocking.
sad.
It is basically you develop acidity and other things. You have to drink a lot of water.
Right. Gas.
Also have to reduce all the masalas, all the oil.
Right.
But at the end of the day, these are acute problems faced by the men up here in these difficult conditions, and they could be life-threatening at any given time.
Doc, what is hand parade and foot parade? We've heard a lot about it.
You put your foot and hand inside the warm water and put salt. It increases your blood circulation and keeps your foot clean. It prevents chilblain and frostbites.
Chilblains, they'll then become frostbite, and then you might have to amputate.
Amputate it, basically.
Thanks, Doc. We may not have all the fabulous training at Siachen Base School, but we have survival instincts. When it's this cold outside, we go inside where it's warmer.
Yes. And thank you for scaring the living daylights out of me. I'm going to be having nightmares tonight, all because of this young officer over here. Thank you. Hurry up, man. We'll get into trouble.
Dude, I'm trying.
This is an army installation. Do you understand that? Anybody could come by any time.
Okay, listen. I'm just as hungry as you are.
Hi, sir.
You think this is easy?
What? Whoa. May I help you?
Hello, is this the bathroom?
No, it's not the bathroom. Are you looking for these keys?
Only it's the keys to the bathroom, sir. What's in here?
These are the special ration store.
Pleased to meet you, I'm sure, sir.
Thanks.
Hi, sir.
Hi.
So nice to meet you, sir.
I've seen you in TV generally eating and eating and eating.
That's him, sir. I don't eat, just for the record.
Are you looking for bathroom or should I take you somewhere else?
Sir, if you the man with the food, I think the bathroom can wait.
Look, we were expecting you here. That's why I catered for your lunch. Then I don't know why you're trying to break the locks.
It was him, sir. I said it's a bad idea. I said they must be having some lunch for us. But he wanted to break into the special ration store. So now these meals, sir, this is, okay, these are all boxed meals, is that right?
These are meal ready to eat.
The famous MREs.
For 5 to 7 minutes you have to put in the boiling water.
Wow.
And after that it's ready to eat.
How about you, sir? Do you personally prefer bland food or do you like spicy food?
I like spicy.
The great part about these meals is that they cook just like home cooked meals. Lots of spice, different flavors from all around the country. This, for example, is the methi matar. And this is the sarson ka saag, which is going to be great for the Punjabi troops. We got some nice Kerala paranthas.
This is baked beans in tomato sauce.
I like this better. How's the saag?
Very tasty. It's all surprisingly spicy though.
You cannot eat boiled food all the time. So there's a change for them whenever they have this spicy food.
And this is a really spicy, tangy, almost fresh tasting chicken. I can't believe this has come out of a packet. It actually tastes like it's fresh. How often in a month are you sort of sending this stuff up?
Almost every day.
But there must be times when the weather is overcast and you can't get
At times it happens continuously 2 to 3 days you have bad weather days. But we cater for that and in anticipation we stock adequate ration in the forward post.
Now soldier's going to be up there for a pretty long period of time.
Yes.
Will he not get bored if he has to eat the same things again and again?
We prepare here gajar ka halwa and sarson ka saag, which is again liked by the troops. We also send pav and kulcha to the forward post. So it's very necessary to keep their taste changing so that they can have a change and they feel to eat more. Because diet is also a very important part in the glacier. Generally you tend to eat less at that 21,000 feet height.
I think that's why you enjoy soldiers like me and Rocky in forward post, because we wouldn't be too fussy about all this. As long as we got a couple of boxes of chocolates dropped on our heads every second or third day, we'd be very motivated. I don't know about you. 4 helpings is enough. I'm done. I can't eat a morsel. Sir, meetha hai kuch?
I knew you're not going to leave me without sweet dish. That's why I catered for.
Oh, really?
Come.
Thank you.
Wow. That's incredible. Done, gentlemen?
Yes.
Thank God.
We didn't want you to think that we were not sharing.
When you go really high up, you come to heaven. In these cold, icy, harsh conditions, the one thing that keeps all these men going, despite insurmountable odds, is the camaraderie and the brotherhood. And we've had an opportunity to experience that.
They say that only by experiencing something can you truly appreciate the highs and the lows. We've had a lot of time here to do a little bit of what all these men do. And we'd like to salute all these people of the Indian Armed Forces that work in this really harsh environment so that you may relax comfortably in your environment.
So here's a big salute to all the officers and the men who keep those icy heights secure.
We've seen and experienced so much here, and whether it's good food or great experiences, we're always hungry for more. So stick with us, because next week we're going to be back with lots more from Siachen.
Jai!